Hello, it's me again, Delmoncy. Been a minute. So this video is unscripted. Just a heads up for that. This is all off the cuff. Um, but I kind of missed Art Fight completely. Did not join a team. I was spending time making my reference sheets, being like, oh my gosh, yes, Art Fight! I'm so excited for Art Fight! And I made a few reference sheets, but not all of them. So that I'm like, okay, I can put it off for a little longer. I can just push it back a little longer. I'll make sure to do it eventually. I'll do it. I just might join the game late. And now it's no longer Art Fight. Now we're in like August. At the time of recording this is August 9th. Right now. I missed it. I definitely did. Which is a little bit of a bummer. So, I thought I'd make this belated art fight video. I did some art for some people who I would have liked to do attacks for, or just people who I would just want to draw anyway, and putting up a little speed paint and talking through the process. And that's what this video is. It was a silly, goofy time, or at least I feel like it was kind of a silly, goofy time. I ended up really pushing myself through this project. But yeah, I will give context and everything as the speed paints start. Okay, so for the first couple attacks, I wanted to prioritize people who made fan characters for the webcomic I'm doing, Descent of the Lost. You should totally check it out. I'll put the description, well, the link into the description of the video if you want to go read that. But yeah, I've had a few people make OCs and, like, based off of the comic, which is really, really high praise and really sweet. So I really wanted to prioritize making sure that I made attacks for those people. Unfortunately, for me, I started with those attacks, so I made the projects way bigger than I should have and bit off a little more than I should have. And I remember this first attack I did in one sitting. So this was like 4 hours of drawing, just sitting down, locking in. If I allowed myself to take a break, I think it would have turned out better because I ended up skipping out on like shading and certain other factors of it because I was just really tired and wanted to get it done in one recording session. But if I thought ahead a little more and knew I was going to do 4 comic pages on my first attack, I probably would have given myself more time to rest. But you know, you live and you learn. I feel like all of these attacks were a little rushed because I did all of these in a singular day, which I think is really cool, but also definitely became a quantity over quality type challenge, I think. But yeah, this is a character made by Apollocentric, a good friend of mine, and he asked me a lot of questions about the lore of the comic, like paragraphs and paragraphs about like Molly being one of the main characters of my comic, and asking about like her life and the small town she grew up in and all of that. So he got a lot of like background information when making this character, and the AU for this character asked me how the genetics of the world worked, which was a really interesting, in-depth question. He's like, so can creatures like cross, like breed? Like, can like a lion and something else have a child? Or I gave him the explanation that is like, it's kind of like BoJack Horseman rules, where yeah, any 2 creatures can biologically be compatible, but it will definitely come out as one or the other. But on rare instances, they might pick up a trait, like like a rabbit and a deer having a kid might end up with a jackalope child, but it's very, very rare. So, Rickmar, being the character that he made, is a mix between a clouded leopard and a lion. And primarily clouded leopard, but he made sure to like grow out his mane as he got older, and got on T, because very, very queer story, so very fun queer characters for the AU. And in this AU, him and Molly went to high school together in Molly's like small town Christian high school, and this is them meeting up again at college, like in the sort of where they get concessions and little snacks, and they run into each other, and they're like, oh fuck, I know you, and they have a really cute meet cute, and like have this quick interaction where they recognize each other and be like, wow, you guys, like, you've changed so much, or you really haven't changed at all. And I think it's a very sweet comic. I do wish I added shading, and I do like these characters. Oh my god, this character was so difficult to color. Um, I'm very happy that I spent the time on this, but oh my god, I cannot imagine making another comic with this character. So many spots, so many stripes. If I do something more with him, I'll simplify the design. Ozzy the Otter. I don't have as much information about this character, but this is another fan character for my webcomic with these little cracked eyeglasses and very like nervous posture in the reference image that I was given, or the singular piece of art I have seen of this character. Um, so I took a lot of creative liberties in terms of like the interaction here. I know the person who made the character Otter, uh, Otter being someone who like joins my Twitch streams and is in my Discord, and that's where they sent me this lovely character to show off. But Ozzy is very much like, in my perception, this very jumpy, anxious little otter man. So I really just leaned into that. I know this person really, really likes Maverick, which is a character who hasn't been introduced in the comic. In my live stream, sometimes I'll go into little extra information and a little bit extra like, by the way, in the future of the comic, these things might happen, or talking about characters who haven't been introduced yet. And he has really latched onto Maverick as a character, so I thought it'd be really cute to have his scared little otter boy run into Maverick in like a creepy liminal space. I wish I added like sticks and rocks and other things on the ground, because the reason why he's so freaked out is he hears like a snap, and he's like, oh god, what is that? But there's nothing on the ground for them to walk onto and make snapping sounds with. I should have added that. I really think it would have added a lot. When I made the first comic, the goal was to make it look like something that could be straight out of my comic, and something that could be like mistaken for a few pages in a chapter. But I think I didn't quite do that with the last 4 pages. But this one, I think I really locked in on, and I went hard with the shading. Maybe not hard, but I went with the shading. I did shading, and I did a background, and I think it really, really brought in that essence. Also gave me a chance to experiment drawing glasses, which is something I don't tend to do. And I think they turned out really well, so I think this was a success. Good attack. Good attack. Sunpatch! Sunpatch is a Warrior Cat fan character by a mutual of mine on Instagram. Relaxingramans. You should go check out their art, by the way. He has really good stuff. But yeah, Sunpatch is this very, very cool medicine cat, I think. I haven't brushed up on her lore in a long time, but last time I checked, she's a medicine cat and very angsty about her role and the warrior code and how kind of lonely her clan is, and she gets into a cross-clan relationship with another she-cat and has to sneak around and avoid getting caught dating from another clan in a forbidden romance. I think they have their whole fanfic somewhere. Maybe I'll dig it up and put it in the description, so if anyone wants to read it, you could do that. But I had such a hard time drawing this character. I love how she looks. She is so pretty. I don't know how some artists have the absolute power to draw such complex characters. There's so many stripes and dots, and the way that they interlock and lap are so not convoluted, but like so detailed. And I'm such an animation simp, and I like making my art simple and easier for comics and animation, and people just do stuff like this, and Fun Butte! This is a little PNG tuber for Fun Butte. Fun Butte is a VTuber that I am friends with, well, I guess PNG tuber. She's been commissioning me for a while, and I lurked, well, not lurked because I was actively chatting, but I slunk onto one of her streams and we were yapping, and she made a joke about like, you'd have to pay a lot to like have me stream naked, and I'm like, haha, I do that for free because I also use a PNG tuber, but my dog doesn't have an outfit design, so I often stream quote-unquote naked. So I was making that joke, and then the joke kept going, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm making her a fun little naked bird design, a fun little naked PNG tuber, so that, like, she can continue on with that joke or whatever. Plus, she's been such a supportive, like, person, and I wanted to make her more extra art anyway, just a little gift, just a little surprise. So I thought this might be a great opportunity to have a little extra fun and a little extra surprise. You get more art from me. You can't say no. It's yours now. Take it. I think it worked out really well. I liked the chibi look. I added a beak. Usually when I make chibis, I remove any like muzzles or beaks, but I think it was best this way. Made her look like a little naked baby bird, and I think it's very, very cute. But yeah, so that is this, and I think overall, it turned out well. I look forward to seeing it when it's actually in a PNG tuber use. Hello! So this is what fun looks like in VTube Mini. The PNG tuber is alive and well, it exists. I look forward to sending it over to her and seeing how she likes it. I think all the art turned out pretty well, honestly. Do I wish I spent more time on all of it? Yeah, sure. I'm sure it could have all been so much better. But I'm happy that I did it. And I'm happy that it exists. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hydrate before you dehydrate. I'll see you again in a couple weeks.